So, welcome back to another episode of March Comes In Like a Lion Season 2. Now, the previous episode was an episode of all time. Yep, one of the episodes of all time, man. What an insane... It was my favorite episode so far. And it was also the hardest episode to watch up until now. I don't know how, but they managed to hit me in the feels out of nowhere. Like, if it was building up, and then they just put out all of the stops, and my tear glands just opened up, and it was a crazy episode, man. I think this may have been the most I've cried on camera for any video. I've cried a few times on camera because I just cry easily. As you guys probably know if you've been watching this series, I've cried quite a lot of times watching this. But yeah, it was a rough episode in the previous one, and I love that. I love that Hina has once again proven to be my favorite character of the entire show. Her mental fortitude was insane. She was able to not break down, basically just... I don't know if it was her rationalizing the entire everything that's happening, the entire situation, and then realizing that the best way to do it was just be the way that she did, or if she basically just blue screened on the spot and she was like, you know, and she was just on autopilot and just saying how it is. Because I think what she did was genius, and I hope that now the teacher realizes that if she doesn't do anything, she's gonna ruin another person's life. Not just Sakura, but also it could also be Hina. So I hope the teacher will realize that, and she's gonna end up helping out Hina. It was insane. The episode before that, it was absolutely insane. But anyways, I am scared to see how this continues, but I'm sure that this episode is not gonna make me cry. So, if you wanna watch this uncut and unblurred, it's gonna be on my Patreon, which is down in the description. And without further ado, let's go into March Comes In Like a Lion, Season 2, Episode 7. Hina? What's up? Okay, I was thinking, was that... Oh, okay. I was like, for a second, I thought it was just like the animation showing her nose really red. But then the second it panned away, I was like, wait, was that actually a nosebleed? And I was a bit worried. But then I saw Akari smiling and I was like, okay, it's all good. It's fine. It's just, what, some low pressure, maybe? It happens. Especially when you're really young, it happens a lot. Or like, when you're a bit older. Yeah, look. Sorry. Oh. Yeah, what happened? What happened? I don't like the sound of that. That's a lie. Never have? Really? I've gotten them when I was like in kindergarten a lot. Oh. You can't move it. That's so cute. Oh. She going back? Aww. Aww. Okay, what happened?
なんでなの？どうしてこんなことになってるの？川本さん、あなたみんなとうまくやれてないの？どうしてって、ずっとこうでした。さくらさんの時も先生に言ったはずです。大きな声出さないでちょうだい。ほんと川本さん、どうしてそう協調性がないの？急に目の前が真っ赤になった。夕日のせいなんかだけじゃなく。さっきまで怒って泣いて暴れてたってわけ。悔しかったでしょうよ。私も頭の中真っ白になった。何それって。ひなちゃん、そろそろ私にも呼び出しがかかるかな。うちは私しか行く人間いないもんね。向こうの親御さんも来るのかしら。私に太刀打ちできるかな。あ、不安。今流行りのモンスターペアレンツじゃったらどうしよう。そしたらその時はうちからもモンスターソフを発動すれば。
Thank you for making it a bit more lighthearted, but that's legit what I was thinking. Just bring in the grandpa. He can deal with them. He can deal with them. He's a Giga Chad. He's gonna say what he wants to say. Like, I'm not gonna go on another rant. I feel like everyone's thinking the same thing, so I don't want to just reiterate. It's obvious, so I'm not gonna reiterate. I'm just so angry. Oh! Mm.
それにそうよね。こんなに頼れる人たちがいるんだもの。きっと大丈夫。手が。僕もいます。
Fuck off! How? Okay. You know what gets me here is Akari is basically, you know how when you're growing up, you don't see and you don't hear about what your parents feel and the struggles that your parents go through when they're raising you, right? Especially if you've had like a childhood where you feel like you've had like good parents and parents that you are proud of, right? You don't see their struggles, you don't see what they're going through, you don't see what they're afraid of. Because they're obviously always trying to present themselves as like someone that you can look up to, right? So they're trying to hide their insecurities and their fears. But here you can see Akari is obviously the mother figure for Hina. You can see how the parent would feel when they're not with their child, but they're with someone who they actually feel like they can confide in, who they feel like they can actually talk to about their insecurities and their fears, right? And you can feel that persona of like of a parent just crumbling away here. And it's so real. It's so real. It hurts. Ah, fuck. Because to Hina, obviously Akari's gonna go in and she's gonna be the savior, but she's not gonna. Hina doesn't see all of the insecurities that Akari goes through, all of the fears, all of the struggles that she needs to deal with before going in there, before formulating like a good response for it. And man, it's so. It's not even that it's sad. It's just so real, and it's such raw emotion, man. Oh, Nikaido, I missed you. I miss you so much. I miss you so much, Nikaido.
4年もの間新人王に居座っとるあの山崎俊 He
looks like a One Piece character.
その称号、今一つ名誉なのか不名誉なのかわからんな。不名誉に決まってるだろう。俺たち新人全員のな。
Two last rookies.
そうだな。すまん。確かにお前の言う通りだ。珍しく。
For once. That's such a rich dog.
東のイライラ王子に粉々にしてやってくれよ。あいつ最近調子よくてますますイライラしてっから。八谷さん、そうなんだ。嫌だな、舌打ちか。気をつけろよ。あいつ今、俺とお前のこと、特に目の敵にしてるらしいからな。なんで？なんでって。俺とお前が次世代の王子だからに。
So conceited.
焦っているのさ。王子の座を奪われることを。何それ。笑うなよ、本当だって。将棋現代に書いてあったんだぞ。
Hearing Gray laugh like this makes me emotional as well, man.
この間の研究会でのご気仲の変化だが、3二銀、3七銀、4四歩、3五歩の時、同歩、4六銀でどうだ？あと、角換わり同型の変化で、2八馬、4四角成、3九馬でどうよ。しかし、2二歩、同金、3三銀で難しいのか。あと、それと、二階堂。そこで6九飛は、どうも。二階堂。お前なら大丈夫だ。
Don't panic. Don't panic.
桐山。
Don't panic. It's gonna be fine. Oh.
それより明日、大阪へ前乗りだろ。もう寝ろ。体調崩さないようにする方が大事だ。わかった。ありがとう。
Ray actually, caring for a friend of his? It's insane. That's insane. Oh.
窓を開けたら、川の匂いに混じって、雨の匂いがした。今頃ひなちゃんはどうしているだろうか。ちゃんと眠れているだろうか。本当に頼っちゃうからね。頑張っても空回る。普通の人にはできることが僕にはできない。力になりたい。それなのにどうやったら力になれるのかがわからない。
That's the worst.
だけどこれより他にできることを持っていない。だから勝ちたい。勝ちたい。勝ちたい。どこか一つだけでも強い存在でありたい。そうだ。僕は必要とされたい。
Ooh, fuck off. Hachiya? Oh, it's time for a duel? Oh, that was a... It's insane how much he's progressing, man. This character arc for him has been so huge. Like the entire arc here even if you could say that Hina is the main character of this arc, it's a Hina arc, right? The amount of progress that he has gotten from this one arc is insane because it's about a person that he cares about.
いざとなったら本当に頼っちゃうんだからね。あの時の夕日に照らされたあかりさんの頬や声が焼き付いて離れない。初めて欲が出た。
That's it.
し
That's
か
the
も
thing.
純粋な欲じゃない。それがいいことなのか悪いことなのかもわからない。
No, I think it's a good thing. I think feeling a desire for something is almost necessary at times,
今は勝ちたい。
if not always,
どうしても勝ちたい。
to just progress with your life.
新人戦準決勝。この対局に勝てば決勝。対戦相手は
Here he is, Hachiya. He makes an entrance.
すんません。
That's an entrance. Ooh, he's so giddy.
八谷スバル五段23歳
23?
C 級
He
1
looks
組
older.
多分
Maybe
20
not.
代若手棋士の中で一番の有望株。早指しを得意とし研究に裏付けられた攻撃的な棋風。舌打ち貧乏ゆすりセンスならし
He makes me anxious. Yep.
東のイライラ王子。この世界は強さが全て。強さがあれば全てが正道になる。
それでは10時になりました。始めてください。
よろしくお願いします。けれど
So aggressive.
嫌だ。
Ooh, so loud. Holy.
ご機嫌中飛車か。やっぱりガンガン来る気だな。受けて立つか。早っ。
Not giving him any time to think, huh?
ほんと早指しだ。
Mm.
わざとかってくらい。
Yeah, he's so many external
しかもうるさい。
yeah, external
一旦気になりだすとダメだな。
distractions.
集中しづらくなる。
Yep, doesn't give you time to focus, doesn't give you time to think. Just constantly giving you this anxiety to move fast. Setting the tempo, right? I have a bad feeling that Ray might lose. It kind of feels like that's how I would kind of be like this if I didn't try to hold back those kind of movements. Because you can see it right now, I'm shaking my legs. I do it a lot. But I click my tongue, I do it a lot as well. Try not to do it on camera though. He's so fast. It almost seems like he's like yeah, he has like ADHD or something. He's always fidgeting with something. It feels like that's his way of focusing, right? Fidget with something. Always try to distract yourself with other things as well. Interesting. Well, okay, I don't know if he has ADHD or not, but I know that a lot of people with ADHD, to focus better, they need to be fidgeting with something. It really helps them to focus on other things that they're doing, right? That's why I know a lot of people, like in school, let's say, they would get told off because you're not focusing on school things because you're always fidgeting with stuff. And then the person would be like, but I'm fidgeting because it helps me to focus. And kind of makes this dilemma. And that's when people like that often, not always, but often get diagnosed with ADHD later on, right? Which I feel like it's pretty similar to how it is here. Is this the first time we're hearing... Okay, sorry, I'm gonna pause again. I'm gonna pause because I have a few things I want to talk about. Is this the first time we're hearing inner dialogue of another person apart from Kiriyama? When it comes to Shogi? Maybe not though. I don't know. And another thing is, I feel like it's really, really interesting because anyone, no matter, like, you can be like the nicest person ever. When you're, let's say you're hanging out with someone, or you're just in the presence of someone who just has this habit that really ticks you off, no matter, you're also like in a mood where you need to be focusing on something, or that habit is just a bit annoying to you. Even if you try to like write it off and be like, it's fine, it's not a big of a deal, after a while it gets annoying to you, and it gets to you, and it can get under your skin like this. Even if you don't have anything against the person, those kind of small habits can start irritating you. And we see the other way around as well, that what's his name? I forgot. Hachiya? Yeah. He's getting irritated by the fact that he is so slow, but it's interesting, man. That's how you start feeling about it, man. You get really irritated, irrationally irritated at times when it comes to those kind of things. When someone's throwing you off your routine. He won! Well, it's his strategy, I feel like.
いきなり5でつつけや触るかよ。お前絶対わざとだろ。まず袋で包んでいぶすとかさ、いろいろあんだろうよ。
Uh,
のせいですか？あの蜂はブンブン言うもんなの。小学校の頃からブンブン言ってたんだ。今更治んねえよ。だからもうみんな諦めたの。わかる？ブンブン言わさずしてくれるしかないの。年取ると集中力落ちんだよ。気をつけよ。俺たち
Be
は
more
大事な一球
considerate.
だったんだぞ。来季のシードがかかったら年齢的にトーナメント1からっつのはもうきついんだってば。わかる？絶対残ってたいんだよ。負けたけ
that
ど
was
ね。
such a good match, though.
どいつもこいつもブンブン
Such an interesting one.
たく最近の若いやつはハッチは分かりやすすぎるが、桐山お前は分かりにくすぎ。お前ももうちょっと分かりやすく生きろ。
I can see
ハ
it.
ッチみたいにさ。
I can see it.
どうせ中身は似たもん同士なんだから。一緒にし
I can see it because if you're easy to read, that means that your opponent is gonna be reading you while playing, right? Because you're easy to read, so they're like, okay, I'm gonna try to read them, and that's can distract them, like how Hachi did it, right? Because Hachi was distracting Kiriyama by the fact that he was so easy to read that all Kiriyama was thinking about was Hachi, even though at the end of the day Kiriyama still won. It was still a big distraction for Kiriyama, right? Because he had to focus on playing Shogi and also reading Hachi at the same time, which was really interesting. Like that's such an interesting tactic to use. It's an annoying one, but it's really interesting.
ないでください。僕はあんな。似てるっつうの。世界の中心は俺だとか思ってんだろ。
Oh, don't say that.
で、吸って。
Oh, don't say that. That can be a big thing for him.
そろそろ帰っか。な、桐山、頑張れよ。しっかりな。ハッチはこっからが長えぞ。じゃあ。さあ、感想。
It's the review.
とことんやろうじゃないか。貧乏ゆすり、でかい態度。これらを気ままにかましても意外と愛されキャラのハチやスバル
He's
23歳。
surprisingly loud. Tear stains. Aww. Aww. He's actually really passionate about it,
桐
huh?
山はハッチにつきまとわれ、ど深夜までファミレスで感想戦に付き合わせ。
Yeah, he's really passionate about it.
腑に落ちねえと100万回叫びましたとさ。似てねえ。断じて似てねえし。
That's cool. This was a... Wait, is there anything else? No. This was such a nice episode. Thank God. It got me a tiny bit emotional with the Akari part, and I feel like it was such a good part though. Like showing how... I feel like Akari in general is becoming a character that's like... To Hina, and to Momo, she's like a mom, right? But to us, to the viewers, she is a person who's trying her best with a lot of insecurities, a lot of fears, and she's just trying her best to be the mother figure to those two. And it's so interesting to see. It's so inspiring to see as well, right? She's incredible. And then obviously this match was so... It was so cool. It was such an interesting match. Like it had this really, really weird vibe around it. But it was so engaging, right? And yeah, I feel like it showed really well how, you know, someone's just disturbing your routine with something and you just get so irrationally irritated about it sometimes, especially if it's an important matter like here with Ray, where they're both passionate about it, right? You're like, how can they think this is okay? It's like, I don't know, you're like driving and someone does something, or like someone's right in front of you and they have this habit of, I don't know, what's something that's not illegal but they do it a lot. I don't know, most of the things are illegal, like maybe just suddenly braking when there's like just slightly going above the speed limit, and then they suddenly brake to lower the speed back to the speed limit, and you're just sitting behind them doing this. That's not illegal. It's extremely annoying, and also it's pretty much a good thing that they're lowering the speed to the speed limit, right? That they're not going over it. But it annoys you because they're obviously... It's an annoying habit for you. That's maybe not the best analogy, but still, I feel like it's just those small things like that can tick you off so much, even if the other person is not doing it out of like any ill intent or anything like that. It's just a habit that they've built up, right? And you get so irrationally angry about those. I get you, Kiriyama. I get you. It's so cool. And seeing the relationship between Kiriyama and Nikaido was also incredible, man. It always is. It's insane seeing how much Kiriyama ends up like growing in a span of a few episodes, right? Obviously in the span of the entire series, but in the span of the last of this arc, Kiriyama's growth has been astronomical. Astronomical, man. This season has been nothing but just pure masterpiece. I am going to say it's hard to watch, and I dread it. I dread every episode. I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to cry right now. And then I go into every episode and I end up crying, and I'm like, fuck. But it's a masterpiece, man. Incredible. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace.